It is Thursday, May 7th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Well, I talked about it on the show yesterday about the entry list for the Outlaws, and shortly after I put the show out, the Outlaws put the list out. So 48 drivers are racing on Friday. As expected, the list includes the full-time Outlaws, Knoxville regulars, and quite a few others that we've certainly talked about in the last few days. You'll also see guys on the list like Aaron Reitzel, Rico Abreu, Shane Stewart will be in the Indy Race Part 71, Corey Eliason, Bill Balog, Sam Haferteep. A lot of big names, a lot of big sprint car names from around the country will be on that list, besides the Outlaw guys and the Knoxville guys that you will expect to see. You can see that full list over at worldofoutlaws.com, and you can watch that live Friday night on Dirt Vision. Again, no spectators are allowed at that event. I've mentioned this on the show a few times in the past. One of the things I'm working on for the analytics section of DIRTRACKR is a formula for predicting race results based on past results that I have in the database. And seeing as how we finally have an Outlaw race coming up, I think I would like to start kind of sharing some of that stuff. I'm not going to do it on the show today, but I've got a little bit of work left to do on this kind of first version of the formula. But I would like to maybe either later today, maybe tomorrow on the show, start kind of giving you an idea of like what this formula says and on who could win races and who could finish where in races going forward. My first kind of crack at this includes past results at the track, past results at tracks of the same size, kind of who's been good lately, who's got wins, things like that. There's a few other factors in there. But as we kind of get rolling with the season again, I think it'll be fun to start, trying to predict these races, kind of using those past results and just seeing what we can get back out of it, and then, tweaking as we go forward. So maybe look for that on the show tomorrow or on the DIRTRACKR social channels today. I would like to maybe kind of start messing with that. And I think it'll be fun being as how we have some races here coming up. So stay tuned for that. Tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Dirt on Dirt and Flow Racing will have live coverage of the 5,000 to win Super Late Model race at Sonoya Raceway in Georgia. The event will also feature crate late models for 1,000 to win. It is not open to spectators. Sounds like they're expecting like over 40 cars, so another good strong field for one of these Super Late Model shows. Looks like names like Shane Clanton, Brandon Overton, Kyle Strickler, Clint Smith, Ross Bales, Kyle Bronson, all on the entry list there. So if you're looking for a little late model racing to watch tonight, you can certainly do that at Dirt on Dirt and Flow Racing. We'll certainly talk about the results and give you the rundown on the show for that tomorrow. POWRi has announced more schedule changes. They made the announcement yesterday due to the ongoing restrictions. The Mid-State Open Wheel Nationals for POWRi National and West Midgets and the POWRi War Sprints will now be 2 days, May 24th through the 25th at Valley Speedway. Limited tickets will be available for that event with a live stream from POWRi TV. The War Series has removed Central Missouri Speedway on May 23rd from their schedule, along with Double X Speedway on May 24th, Lake Ozark Speedway on May 29th, and I-70 Motorsports Park on May 30th. POWRi has also canceled the May 22nd through the 23rd National Midget event at Belle Claire Speedway. If you'd like to see the full rundown on those events and the upcoming POWRi schedule, you can do that at POWRi.com. That's POWRI.com. If you're looking for something else to watch tonight, USAC Thunder Relived has Jerry Coons Jr. With hosts Richie Murray and Kirk Spridgen. Coons has championships in all three USAC National divisions go along with 43 career victories. He will be reviewing two of his wins, the 2007 Western World at Manzanita and the 2010 Tony Holman Classic from Terre Haute. You can watch that live at 8 p.m. Eastern on Flow Racing. I've really enjoyed those. I think they're super interesting to sit down and I feel like a lot of the streaming services have done this where they kind of show some past races and have people on to talk about them. Nice to get a little context and kind of hear about things that have been going on, and the Thunder Relive series has certainly been one of those that's been a part of that. Fox Sports 1 followed up their string of iRacing broadcasts last night with a virtual Chili Bowl. We've talked about that earlier in the week about, Christopher Bell kind of on social media recruiting guys to come race in that. The racing did end up featuring some really big names from a lot of different disciplines of racing. We had Kevin Swindell, Ron Capps, who's been a lot of these iRacing events, Kenny Wallace, all kinds of dirt racers, midget guys, sprint car guys. There was a lot of different names in this, which was pretty neat to see. The program included 3 heat races and then main starting at the D. Zeb Wise dominated much of the feature, but contact with only a few laps remaining between he and Cannon McIntosh allowed Dazen Pursley to get by for the lead. On the ensuing restart, Pursley held off Robert Dalby and went on to win. Dalby finished second with Chase Cabry third, Jake Newman fourth, and Christopher Bell rebounded from a crash to finish fifth. For some guys in the show really not having a ton of midget experience and having a ton of midget experience on iRacing, kind of combined with the tight confines of the Tulsa Expo Center racetrack on iRacing, the racing was actually pretty damn clean. I've been a little critical of some of the other stuff that we've seen with, these class of race cars over the last several weeks. But these guys actually did a really nice job. I was really impressed with what they were able to do. And guys were able to maneuver and kind of throw sliders. And there was certainly some crashes and some contact, but, guys could pass without completely wiping each other out, which was fun to watch. And it was fun to see some clean racing. And it was a good way to, kind of expose people to midgets and expose people to Chili Bowl in that way. So we certainly appreciate Fox Sports 1 featuring the dirt racing on their broadcast in the last several weeks. It's been fun to watch, and Clint Boyer, Jeff Gordon, Adam Alexander, and the drivers they've had in the studio have done a really nice job of presenting the action and kind of opening people up to not only some different forms of racing, but some different drivers. I think that's one of the things that I like the most about some of these iRacing shows that's happened here, since we've been shut down, is, a lot of guys who don't normally get a lot of pub have kind of come to the forefront and gotten some exposure, and hopefully that will make them better going forward, give them some more opportunities going forward, in their real racing exploits, which I think has been pretty good. But if you're interested in doing a little iRacing yourself this weekend, today is the last day to register for this Saturday's DIRTRACKR Esports event. Register competitors will take on Volusia Speedway Park in crate light models. Registration is $20, with the winner taking home $300. There's also a lot of contingency awards on the line for various things through the field. So you can register and find more details at dirtcar.com/esports. This is the third week of the DIRTRACKR Esports competition. They did street stocks a couple of weeks ago. They did UMP modifieds last week. And like I said, crate late models this week. So if you don't want to participate, if you don't want to actually race in it, you can watch it, all of the action on Saturday live on Dirt Vision. There are a bunch of new podcast episodes this week I wanted to point out to. Wing Nation has episodes with Danny Ressinger and Shane Stewart and Jan McMahon. Rip the Fence has Sean Buckley, maybe some of you guys know as Jack Slash. Top Shelf has Hunter Schoenberg and Toby Cruz, and Dirt Nerds has Brian Dunlap from Dirt Vision. Also, Swab Talk has Austin Hubbard. So still a ton of great dirt racing content coming out. Make sure to check out those podcast episodes. If you don't already subscribe to all of those shows, you can find the links to all of the episodes at dirttracker.com/podcasts. That page is updated constantly with the new podcast episodes for dirt racing. If there's something on there that's missing, a dirt racing show that maybe I don't have or maybe I don't know about, certainly let me know and I will add it to that page. I would like that to be as comprehensive a list as possible. I also know that there are new podcast episodes from Sprint Car Limited, from Jeremy Elliott, and from the Ohio Dirt Guys, so you can check those out at sprintcarlimited.com. But yeah, so if you are interested or know about shows, please let me know, because I would certainly like to include those on that page. And that really kind of goes for the website as a whole. If there's something that's there that you see, that's messed up, that's missing, something you'd like me to add, a feature or something like that, certainly let me know, because I am open to continuing to expand DIRTRACKR and making it as valuable as possible for not only race fans, but for competitors and, announcers and track people and, whoever. I want this thing to be as valuable for the dirt racing community as it can be. So if something is missing there, certainly let me know and we will add it. That's the show for today. You can find DIRTRACKR Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe, leave me a review, tell your friends about the show. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com. You can follow along with DIRTRACKR at facebook.com/DIRTRACKR, twitter.com/DIRTRACKR, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler, and you can sign up for the DIRTRACKR weekly newsletter on the site. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow on DIRTRACKR Daily.